Excuse me, dear viewers, it is I, the Great Chidori. I am here to apologize for the shitty audio, especially the echoes. I hope you enjoyed this video, regardless of these issues. We are currently working on fixing this problem for future uploads. Thank you.
Cuernos.
There you go. And then you do this.
So that was cuernos. And we'll get more into that one in the next episode.
Oh no.
Oof.
Oh, goodbye. What was that?
My mouse.
Oh. This shit's like a 1.
This is the shit where you gotta go there, but I want to talk to the manager.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I think you fucked up on my order.
You gotta say, who was the creator of this sandwich? I have some words to tell you. Do you want to go back to rewatching the fucked up shit?
Are we gonna rewatch like stuff we already seen, or you want to do new stuff?
So we'll do whatever we watch through memory as a video. However, so I think Salo might have been a Polish film.
Definitely wasn't.
It wasn't American.
US.
It wasn't American. It was somewhere in Europe, I think.
Oh, it definitely seemed like that.
It was definitely an international film. So Human Centipede was an American film, obviously.
Was it? I thought it was Canadian.
Fuck, I gotta fact check that one. Well, whatever it was. You know, we usually get shat on because, as Americans, because our horror movies are not as horror. This fucking guy. Our horror movies are not as intense as our overseas, counterparts.
Yeah.
So
it's because a lot of the horror movies that come out nowadays are copy paste.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of we do rip off a lot of international films, but I think and this is one thing I really don't like about American horror films is that they rely a lot on jump scares.
Yeah.
They just startle you.
What it is, it's meant to get like the people aren't really expecting. It's a cheap scare for those people. Is what it is.
That's for us stupid Americans.
The thing is that unfortunately, it's effective on a lot of people, but it's just very cheap.
Well, the reason why it is people are confusing scary with being startled. You know, you get startled a bunch of times like, oh, that was such a scary movie. I jumped out of my seat. But it's like, no, that wasn't the case. Anyway, where I'm leading up with this, we have not seen any of the Japanese films. I don't know if you know anything about the Japanese films, but them motherfuckers.
Nice.
I mean, I've never seen any, but I've seen enough clips of like.
Yeah. Now there's gonna be two different types of Japanese films we can start watching. We can do the horror ones, which they're pretty effective, or we can do the fucked up ones, which kind of borderline in between.
What I mean, well, I was gonna ask you in terms of horror and fucked up, is it more like the horror ones, which is like general horror, and then the fucked up ones is like body mutilation crap like that?
Yeah. So Salo would have fallen into that more of the gore.
Yeah, because there's some pretty gory shit in there, especially the very end. Remember the end scene?
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
Well, there's a lot worse fucked up shit in the Japanese genre, by the way.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I saw, actually, what got me started on this, I actually saw somebody reviewing a Japanese horror film. It was called I think so, the Human Guinea Pig. I think that's what it is. It's like a Human Guinea Pig series. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. And it's basically like the first two are like some of the most fucked up shit you can see. I didn't see the film, but I saw clips of the first one, and damn, was that shit fucking harsh.
It's only clips.
It's only clips. Yeah. What happens is basically a girl gets tortured for the it's like a 40 minute film. And it's basically the girl getting tortured. There's nothing happening about it. There's no redeeming factor about this at all.
It's like, no, it's gonna go downhill, and it's just gonna keep going
Yeah.
more and more down
Yeah.
as you watch it.
Yeah, and we're gonna rate it. I want us to rate it in these type of categories. I actually read an article. I wish I remember which article it was to give you guys credit. They were talking about. If I can find that, I'll post it, because a lot of these films are gonna be some that I want to watch. They were talking about there's a new Netflix movie out on Netflix, where the reviewers are saying that, well, one of the buzzes, or like the reviews, is saying that it's so scary that viewers had to turn off the
What movie?
turn off. I think it's called Veronica.
It's on Netflix.
Yes. Now, mind you, that's what the buzz say.
Well, that's what they said about freaking Paranormal Activity, and look at that.
Well, Paranormal Activity, they said it was like one of the scariest movies, right? But this is like they're saying that this is the scariest movie since The Exorcist. Now they're building up this movie. I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about this movie. I don't know. Obviously, you don't have. You've never seen it.
I barely use Netflix.
Really?
Use it only when my friend comes over, because we'll watch something. And it's not even like we'll watch it. We put it on for background noise.
So some Netflix and chill, my man. Anyway,
Nice.
I don't want you to watch it, and I don't want you to do any research on it. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna do any research on it myself. I want us both to watch this movie and start off the series with this movie. Obviously, we can't show any clips, or we won't be able to do anything, because I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't want the video to be held up, and that's a pain in the ass. And at the end, if they want to block it, they're gonna block it no matter what. But we will do our regular review about it, and we'll start off the series with this film. Anyway, the reason why I brought this film up is because the article that was talking about it mentioned that he's afraid that they're gonna use this as the new tagline.
Which is?
That the movie's so scary that the viewers had to either turn it off or walk away. Did you know that the Exorcist people actually passed out because of how scary it was?
Well, at the time, because there weren't a lot of horror movies. And I think it also, because back then, more scared of like actual exorcism.
Well, yeah. The thing about that is that, and a lot of people will agree. There's one thing about having like a supernatural creature, as opposed to having like a religious horror demon. You know what I mean? Like when you bring religion into it, it kind of adds a whole new level for a lot of people, because it kind of gets you to the
especially if you're religious yourself. I think it adds definitely more.
Yeah. So that the person who was writing the article, she's already struggling. Oh, there you go. He was afraid that they're going to start using that term. That's so scary that you have to walk away, or so scary that you have to turn it off. So I want that to be part of our reviewing process moving on forward. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know if there's ever, because we're pretty fucked up in the head. I don't know if there's any film that can prevent us from shutting it down. However, if it comes down to that, that's gonna be like the key factor.
See, I wouldn't walk away from a movie because it terrifies me. I walk away from a movie because I'm like, this shit's stupid.
So the movies we're gonna watch are not gonna be stupid. They are gonna be they're very, very gory. Like the second movie of that series. So actually, I'm not gonna get into that one. I'm gonna get into basically the same thing happened with that one, but I'll talk about that more when we do the review. Have you ever heard of the movie called Hannibal Holocaust?
Hannibal Holocaust?
Yes.
I think I've heard of it. I just don't know what it's about.
So I'll give you a brief. We'll watch it. We'll watch that too, because that's that will kind of go along on those lines of the movies that I want to watch. So it's a documentary about people going to a tribe of cannibals, and they get eaten alive. It's spoiler alert, but it's I mean, who hasn't seen that fucking movie nowadays? It's super old. It's like from the 80s. So it is one of the first like found movie clips.
Oh, like found footage?
Yeah, this is before. No mind, this is before.
What started it?
The one that
I was gonna say Blair Witch.
It didn't start it, but that's what made it popular. Super popular.
Blair Witch?
Yes. But it was before the Blair Witch that this movie came out. Well, this movie caused such controversy because of because everything looks so real that the I think it was the director. Was that a spider falling down? Yes, it is.
Well, we better hurry up and end this video. Are we done?
He's coming down. Keep an eye on him. Step on him.
Is it a big spider?
Nah, it's little. I doesn't like spiders.
Well, I'll leave.
He's just chilling there, so we'll just leave him alone.
Alright.
He actually had to go through court and prove that he didn't actually kill these people. Like that's how scary and how realistic they portrayed this film. It's actually funny because they did the same thing that the Blair Witch Project people did, and they signed contracts where the actors will have to go into incognito, if you will, for a year, not doing interviews, not talking about the film, so it appears that it's real. Yeah. So he had to go and find them to bring him to court. Look, here she is. She's alive. You know, I didn't kill anybody. Something similar happened with one of these films that when somebody watched it. And it was actually someone famous who watched it. Like, oh my God, police, I need you. So I kind of have an idea of what the second one is. I kind of read a little synopsis of it. It's pretty fucked up. That might be the one movie that I might turn it off.
Not because you're scared, but just because of the depictions that they show.
Yeah. So it's not. So these movies are not scary in the sense they'll give you nightmares. It's more how much torture can you handle? How much depiction, even though you know it's fake. How much would you be able to handle?
I think what it is because you're watching it and then you start thinking like, man, what if this was real? And it starts like kind of getting to you.
It's not about thinking about it occurring in reality, but rather feeling nauseous or uncomfortable about the visuals. You stupid, uneducated idiot. If I think about it in reality, I would then imagine the visuals again. If you mean to speak about reality and being sick from it, it may be towards it happening to a specific person, not happening visually. This is why you just got your first job, Eddie.
I had to turn it off, or I had to walk away. There's even I'll even put, so we're doing different types of that type of rating. Whether you had to pause the movie to recompose yourself, if you had to walk away from the movie, or if you just had to straight out just said shutting this down, like shut her down.
Title screen, out.
So. There's a bunch of movies like I want to watch that series. From what I heard after the second one, it gets kind of goofy.
Oh, like it starts doing like dumb shit.
Like it becomes like a parody of itself.
Oh,
almost. Okay. But I heard that one of them is still pretty good. Like they're not bad. It's just that the first two are like really bad. And then there's like five movies of that series. We'll watch Human Centipede, the third one.
Yeah, I never seen it.
We'll watch it. I've seen it. It's garbage. Okay. It's complete another. It's. What's the best way I can describe that? You know what? I'll talk about it when we do a review on it because I want you to watch it. Since we've been on it. We might even get Suso to watch it too since he watched the first two, I think.
I mean, he's gonna watch it like halfway because he's gonna be looking up and down his phone the entire time.
Oh! That's gonna be one thing. Phones. Side.
Like I can put my phone to the side. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't even know what my phone is.
Especially since my phone has like I usually only really look at my phone just to see what time it is.
So the rules are gonna be turn off lights.
No chips, no eating.
No chips, no eating. No phones. No distractions.
That's fine. That's fine for me.
There. And if you need to do anything, we're gonna document it. So don't try to point out, I gotta use the bathroom bullshit. You better take a piss and shit before the movie starts. Because that's gonna count against you on the whole, I had to walk away.
But I had to be, dude.
Well, then you better piss right before the movie. You can hold your piss for 2 hours. Actually, the first one's only 40 minutes. I don't know how long the other ones are. So you better take care of any of your bodily fluids that needs to happen beforehand. And that's gonna be how long we can sit through, are we gonna pause it? Are we gonna walk away? Are we just gonna say fuck this and just shut her down? Are you down?
I'm down for it.
Okay.
I think Susu would be the person that's like I have to walk away.
He won't. I'm not. This is what I'm bringing it up to you now because he's not gonna be involved in it. He won't do it.
He won't do it.
No. Pussy. Jesus already said he's a big chicken. He doesn't do well with horror, so he's out.
Oh.
A Human Centipede is one thing because he said he watched it. I'll bring it up to him.
Yeah, but Human Centipede, if you're watching it a certain way, you can always view it as a comedy.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing about that. I want to take this a little bit more serious, and I know for a fact that if Jesus is there, he's gonna come up with some bullshit to kind of take away from the movie. I feel like I could watch a movie with you without having. Now, there's one thing we crack jokes, whatever.
We always crack jokes.
We always crack jokes, but I feel like he will say something in the most inappropriate time to take away from the movie.
Yeah.
And I'll ask him, but I doubt he's gonna want to do it. I highly doubt it.
I guess the only thing we can do is find out.
Yeah.
Just wait and see what happened.
I'm just checking the time. It's almost an hour. It's
I
basically a
thought you were
podcast.
looking for the spider.
What is? Oh, it's finally moving.
Oh, there.
Oh, Chadari, don't get near it now. Anyway, so we'll do that. I think the first one, Veronica will be the first one we watch. That's gonna set off the series of us doing this. Then after that, we'll do Human Centipede. That way you can catch up to it. Then we'll start off the series with the Japanese.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So we'll set up a time. We gotta do it when Natalie has work, but she doesn't show up on time. So you just let me know your schedule, whichever night. Then I'll find a way to get the movie somehow.
That works.
So, all right. Well, that settles that, I guess. All right, this just kind of turned into a full podcast at this point. It's 6 minutes into an hour.
Talking about disgusting food and then talking about disgusting movies.
Well, and guys, we started watching those movies. Why did we fucking start watching it? I know it's because of Human Centipede, but like what?
Apparently, according to my mom, you're corrupted me.
No. Fuck that. If anything, your ass is the one who corrupted me. I've been told that. She was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I think it was because we wanted to watch. It's interesting because we wanted to watch.
It was okay. What it was is Human Centipede came out and it had a big buzz about it. We're like, all right, let's see what the movie's about. Yeah, it is kind of messed up. Just the idea of.
Here's the thing about that, though. If you really, really, really think about it, Human Centipede 1 is probably the tamest shit that we've seen.
Yeah.
In terms of, we're going to go by ratings on these types of movies that we saw and see. Because there's nothing, it doesn't show anything.
No.
The dude, you can see the guy with his mouth. I mean, his mouth isn't even covered. All you see is him go.
Yeah, like that.
And the sounds of him eating shit, but that was it.
Yeah. You don't actually. It's not like the second movie where when it happens, remember he injects them with like the stuff to help him.
And then there's like a shit
you actually
on the wall.
no, but with some of the people because he didn't do it correctly, like how the doctor stitched them out, like sewed it all perfect. You can see like the cracks of shit pouring out of the.
Oh,
so.
So that was a bit more gruesome, but that's honestly the second was probably the most gruesome one. The third, oh my god, I cannot talk how disappointed I am with the third film. It is complete garbage.
I don't want to watch it.
Now you want to watch it even more.
I want to watch it even more just to see how shitty it is.
It is super shitty. Super shitty. It is probably the worst way they could have ended the movie. Like, they should have never even made it.
Yeah, they should have left it off at 2 and called it a day. Actually, the most messed up thing from 2 isn't even like so much of the centipede part. I think it's the one where the pregnant lady gives birth to her kid while she's trying to give away, and the baby like falls out near the foot pedal of the car, and she just squishes the kid.
Oh yeah. Oh. Damn. Why you gotta bring a memories for?
But I think that's the more disturbing part of the movie, and that's towards the very end.
That's probably the most disturbing thing out of the entire series. There's almost nothing disturbing about the third one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never seen it.
Well, we'll watch it.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, you'll be the judge of that. All right.
I think it was the director has a spider falling down. Yes, it is.